competition in Europe, and they've also beaten 2 NBA teams before, 2-6 against NBA teams, with wins against Toronto in 2007 and against the Oklahoma City Thunder in Madrid in 2016. Support Anadolu Efes or Fenerbahce in Turkey, or Damaris is watching today, and his teams in Greece like Olympiacos and Panathinaikos when it comes to teams outside the NBA, and they've got the resume to prove it.
And the game is probably a lot bigger for them than it would be for the Mavericks, if you would. They're playing for a little bit more. Very proud European team. All of those guys over there very proud.
As a matter of fact,
we saw this summer, right?
Yes, absolutely, no question. But did just knock down a three-pointer for his first basket today. Dante Exum made the first shot for the Mavs. Sergio Yul made a shot a moment ago for Real Madrid, and he just made another one. The captain.
Three-point line looks a little close. Well, where are they shooting from?
So they 22. Are. Thank you. That's a good
22. There's an NBA three.
Yeah, that is, and that's another one made by Sergio Yul. Yeah, but the three-point line being.
Well, Luka always talked about how it was so much easier to score
right
in the NBA because the courts were so small. Also knocking down a three, which he can do, as we've experienced.
Here is Derek Lively finishing on the lob from Luka. And the basket for Lively. It might be their first two-point attempt here as Musa looks for Eddie Tavares inside, and the former Atlanta Hawks and Cleveland Cavaliers player Tavares, 7-3 from Cape Verde. Oh, here we go. From long range, Luka. That was definitely an NBA.
All right, check him out. Get him out of the game. He's 2 for 3. Who has made a living, if you would, in the pick and roll with Luka Doncic and now Kyrie Irving.
Mavericks got back on defense, and Yabusele had the shot blocked. Third three for Luka is good.
But I don't think, being that backbone, communication, I think him learning from Tyson is going to do great things for his career.
Tyson teaches him. He really does how to roll, the proper way to roll. They're pick and roll guys and they're pick and pop guys. Tyson, I think we would agree that he was more of a pick and roll.
Well, guys, just a moment ago, you saw Luka go out of the game. Tim Hardaway's come in, and by all reports that we received, again, approximately just after 1 o'clock Central Time, the 4 minutes and 53 seconds that he just played.
You really got to give Luka a lot of credit for gutting it out through what is obviously something that doesn't look super comfortable at the moment for him, and he would hate to not be able to play a little bit in this game at least. He got a few in.
He did. He wasn't bashful, was he?
He wasn't shy. He loves that place. He's used to playing there and shooting there.
The big thing to me is that he played well. While he's out there, you always wonder.
Second or third ranked player in the high school class of 2022 before he went to go on and play his one season with the Blue Dogs.
I started coming right out of the gate too, and there's no better way to pick up that experience as far as on court.
When you talk bigs, you always concern yourself with the footwork of a big guy. Some of the veteran guys that have been around, what they're going to provide as players on this Maverick roster.
There was an attempted tip-out rebound by Josh Green, and Hazonia running the floor. Had a 5-year NBA career with Orlando, Portland, and New York. Hardaway looking to answer with a three-pointer. Hardaway's been effective off the bench.
That's Dwight Powell doing the Dwight Powell, getting to a spot.
Now here's Poirier inside. Okay, so let's delve into that a little bit more. We found out this news. Dwight Powell just had a follow, by the way. We found this
that Luka Doncic has. Just some of the shots that he's made in clutch situations. I remember Portland vividly in that corner.
Yes, sir.
Greats as a player, but loves to play, wants to win is what I think you can best say about Doncic.
Well, as you can understand, sometimes there can be some technical gremlins when we're half a world apart from each other. We are working on getting a better audio connection for Mark.
Logjam a little bit. It's nice to see them getting some run here today because of the fact that for various reasons, illness for Curry and a little bit of an injury, I believe, for Hardaway earlier in the trip.
For the three-point line, 2 previous stints with Dallas, both of them have gone very well as Lively dunks it home with the foul off the assist from Dante Exum.
I mean, he comes back more than I do.
Oh, Devin, did you say welcome to the club when you came back?
Absolutely. I said third time's a charm.
That's right.
Yes.
Sports, it's best to move on.
Well, and Dante returning to the NBA game talked about the fact that it is so much more physical playing overseas. And that
trip because when they were in Abu Dhabi, they had the 2 games and lots of NBA obligations as well. There isn't a formal practice again until the 16th, and it's not just Luka. They have to assess Kyrie Irving as well. Kyrie's in street clothes on the bench as we see he did. And pretty much everyone I've encountered in the traveling party has let me know that the trip was even longer and tougher than they thought it was going to be. And again,
and Steiny, I think too, you're leading to it, and you're telling us about, you know, just how beloved he is there. Seeing it in person, though, were you even blown away by, you know, the Luka Love Fest? And
anytime he's been in public is just absolute glee, even in spite of this cap strain that's limited his participation tonight. He did a press.
So we'll address that whenever those individuals get into the game a little bit later on. We haven't seen Olivier Maxence Prosper yet. I would assume we'll see him here later on in the second half.
Thank you.
You're talking about
BJJ. I'd like a little more of that, please.
There is Lively with the strip of Hazonia. There you go. Now you got it.
We know he can dunk.
Now trying to go back up. Has it blocked. Closing in on the midpoint of the third quarter with Dallas in front by 6 now. After the lob pass as Rudy Fernandez finds Vincent Poirier.
Adjustment period, if you would, to get used to it. And the bottom line, look, is you have to be on your game. At the start of the season, in a tournament, an in-season tournament, you got to be playing your best basketball in order to be successful in a tournament.
You know, Dana, I think to Devin's point, I think when you look at if you looked at the Mavs schedule and you counted which games, alley-oop, Exum to Powell, and you counted which games are tournament games, I think it's the 5th.
Be engaged because there's so much newness to it.
And that is a steal by Real Madrid, but Hardaway got it right back. Sergio Rodriguez had the steal. Sports and regular season play will be the home opener on Friday night, October 27th, against the Brooklyn Nets, as nobody puts a body on Josh Green. Plays broken up. Yabusele tipped it away. We're in the last minute of the third quarter. Real Madrid all-time is 2-6 against NBA opponents. No free throws for Vincent Poirier after the foul by Dexter Dennis, and they find Poirier on the alley-oop.
Great catch.
Great pass. So far this year, he's averaging 11 points and 6 rebounds. He had some very, very good defensive numbers last year. I believe that when opponents took a jump shot against Omax, it was something like 26%.
How might that help both of them, you know, sort of acclimate to this new NBA life?
When they're both going through it together and, you know, they're learning this NBA life,
Mavs did a great job drafting high character guys too.
He is a culture character chemistry piece.
No question about it. And you talked about Derek Lively.
Yeah, Devin and I talked before we came on the air about Lively as a starter. One thing I know for sure.
Well, this is a 5-point game and a stop for Real Madrid, and running the floor, Gershon Yabusele slams it home. This is head coach and then took over the position on a full-time basis after that. Here's Lawson for 3. That's a big basket for Dallas. And with 100 seconds left in the game, Facundo Campazzo will walk the ball up the floor, and Campazzo and Real Madrid have a chance to go in front.
Keep in mind, we talked as
there it is.
Campazzo with the left hand. We talked about this game.
And the individuals who are on the floor to close out the game is also very indicative of that as well, as Olivier Maxence Prosper drives to the paint and scores for the Mavericks in his time in the game. 5 points off the bench for Omax. All here in the fourth quarter. Here's another drive by Campazzo again.
Experience.
Looks like this is going to be their third ever win in a game against an NBA team. Now Campazzo for 3.
My goodness.
20 points for Campazzo, 6 boards, 8 assists as well. There's a 3 for the Mavericks that come down quickly, and Jelly Walker knocks down a 3-pointer. But Real Madrid will dribble out the clock on a victory. 127-123 is the final.